Hi, welcome. This is my first episode. I am going to show you today how I have made some torches for D&D with the quarantine. I have decided that some D&D crafting or RPG role-playing game crafting is something that I'm interested in. So this is what we're going to make today. Some cotton swab torches. The holder is a piece of jewelry package that I bought at Joann Fabrics. They come in a package like this. They're for beads. I apologize for the and the awkward silence. I was trying to think of what they were called. This is my first video. I'm doing it with a tablet and I have no prior experience. I've only been crafting with D&D and tabletop gaming items for a couple of weeks. I've made some dungeon tiles those are not finished yet. Following another YouTuber for instruction on those. I have made a cottage that is in process, and I'm going to watch because this is drying and the sand is falling off. So some bricks, there's some sand on the bottom. Again, this is in process. This is not finished. So let me dump this off and then we will get started. So what you're going to need is some cotton swabs. I used brand name ones only because I like the stick better on them, and that's what I had on hand. For 12 of them, you're going to cut them in half using your blade. And I picked up a small cutting board. I do have a cutting mat. On top of my cutting mat is a piece of cardboard. I can tip this down. You can see my cutting mat is under here. And then I have a piece of cardboard on top of that. That way I'm not getting paint on my mat. But I used the cutting board. Was on sale with the knife at Walmart for like $2, $2.50. So I picked that up and I use it along with my retractable blade that does lock in place. So when I'm pushing down on it, it doesn't retract on its own. So basically what I did was I just eyeballed the cotton swab and used my knife or my blade, scored it and rolled it. So that there was a score here, and then I just snapped it in half. Gave me 2 pieces, roughly the same length. They're all going to be a little different, so not all going to be totally exact. Just using acrylic crafting paint. I've got flag red, pumpkin orange, some gold, king's gold, and pale daffodil. I just put those colors out on my styrofoam plate palette here, and some brown and some black. Now, what I did, I'll move the camera here so you can see. The top. Okay. So after I cut those in half, the cotton on these is kind of firm. So I kind of went there, it's wrapped on here one way. And if you go against the way that it's wrapped, it'll start to loosen up, and then you can kind of gently pull it, and then I kind of twist it back the way that it was wrapped, the direction it was wrapped, and roll it in between my fingers a little bit, and then that gives you your flame for the torch. Now that one's a little bit longer. I went ahead and pre-did some, and I just stuck those. So like this one, if it gets too long, you can just use your scissors and whack a chunk of it off and kind of just retwist it. Until you get the shape that you want. Now if you play with it too much like I did with this one, or if you pull too hard, it'll pull the cotton right off. So you need to just be careful and be gentle and take your time. I just kind of twist it, and it seems to work really, really well. Just like that. So as you can see, I've done a bunch of them. Got a couple more here that need done. And cotton swabs are cheap enough, you can get them at the dollar store. So if you mess up, one's not gonna break the bank, so to speak. So after I did that, I just got my little holder here. And as you can see, there is it's a nice closed circle. So taking a pair of needle nose pliers, these bend really easy. They're for jewelry making. You can just open up that little eyelet just a wee little bit. And then your torch will slide right down into the holder. Give it a little twist. I slide mine all the way up to where it pushes a little bit of the cotton, and then now I've got something to hold on to while I'm painting my torch. And then I can use this metal wire to put it into the styrofoam, the XPS, and hold it. So I started with just a wee little bit of the red down at the bottom and kind of in a twisting motion brought the red up. And then I went into the orange. And you need a good little bit of paint on here because the cotton does soak up the paint. You can see the paint on there. Got a nice little roll of paint. On the brush. So I go down into the red with the orange, and then I go into my gold, and I just bring it up also. And let it blend. Try to get some of the paint off of there before I go into the yellow, the light yellow, and I bring it up to the top. Now I will lay it down on the so there you can see we have the flame taken care of. Just looking for another paintbrush. I wet my paintbrush and then I dry it off on my towel and I start into the brown and I go just below where the metal holder is and paint my torch stick. I grab a hold and like I said, I rotate it and work that up to the cotton, and then I can go back in again on my torch stick or the cotton swab stick and finish painting it brown. Now you can use any color that you want for your torches. You could, if you want them gray but I really like the brown. But I do like to have a little bit of a darker color and a little bit of wood grain. So what I'm using here is, these are some tools that I purchased for nails, for fingernails, and they make dots. They're, I got these on Amazon for just a few bucks. They're really easy to clean up. I can just pop the paint off of the end of it, but they make a really fine bead up to a really thick bead there. And that one's teeny tiny. So I'm going to use the teeny tiny end and I dip it in my black and I just put a couple lines going down on my stick. I'm not being real precise with that. Again, because I have cardboard down, I can just lay this down. So I'll let you see. I've not been real precise with, that's not showing up real good, is it? With the black. There's a better picture. It's just kind of on there. So I take the same brush that I had my brown on, and I just didn't grab any more paint. I'm just going to use the brown that's still on the brush, and I'm going to drag that black down. It's going to blend, but it's going to give it some wood grainy effect. And you can get really super detailed with this. Let me move this paint out of the way. You can get really super creative and with this if you want. Let's see if I can get, the light is not super great. So I will put this next to the one that I did earlier. I'm just going to stab it down into this spare piece of styrofoam. And then there you have it. You've got a few torches to use in your scenery for your castle or for your D&D scene. And that took me, with explaining it from start to finish, 17 minutes. So I think they look really cool. I like the fact that with the metal, I can bend the holder to make them lean out. Gives me a lot of options. And you can play with the tip of it so that it will dry. And it will dry straight or it will dry crooked. So there you have it, folks. Again, I am just beginning, so feel free to comment. You can follow my page on Facebook. I will post the links down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Yeah, give me a call. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or private message me on my page. Click subscribe, and I will be showing you how I did the dungeon tiles. Again, that process is from another YouTuber. I am learning from a very, very, very good source, and he has a lot of good videos, and I'm going to ask permission from him to put a link on here to his page. And once I get that permission, I will be more than happy to send out the information that for his page. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like what you saw. Send me your results in the comments. Send me a picture of the torches that you make, and happy crafting. We'll see you soon. Thank you.